Hey everyone, it's Karen with the 𝐿𝐴 PaperCrafts, and this video is part of the Let's Get Organized YouTube Hop. And this month we're going to be sharing our other places that we store our craft supplies outside of our craft room, be it a closet, a bookcase in the living room, or just other places where you might store your crafting supplies. So I do have a fairly large craft room, but I also have a large closet that is attached to this room, and so I'm going to share that with you guys. But before I do, I thought I would spend a few minutes talking a little bit about how to utilize that space that is in your house. It's not part of your craft room. And so I actually have crafting supplies stored in different parts of my house, not just in my craft room. And I know a lot of people do that. And especially if you have a small craft room, you probably need to store things outside of your craft room. And so I have, actually my third bedroom is my sewing room, guest room combination. And I have some things stored in there that are not paper crafting, but other crafts. Things like beading and jewelry making and things like that. And so I think one of the things that is important about storing things outside of your main craft room or your main space where you do your crafting is to put those things that you don't use as frequently in other spaces, or maybe things that you could you don't really have to use with other things that are already in your craft room. So for me, I have jewelry making that I do sometimes, and I have all my beading supplies and all of that stored in my guest room. And I can always just pull that out there and work on projects. I have a table in there. And so that works out really well. So you can kind of think of it as zoning. So setting up different zones in your house maybe for the different crafts that you do. Another place that I have crafting supplies is in my living room. I actually have some Billy bookcases. And I'll put a picture up here where you can see the bookcases that I have. In my older house, I had a larger craft room, and those bookcases were actually part of my craft room. And when I moved, I didn't have a place for them to be in the craft room. But they work really well on this wall that I have in my living room. And I love that they have the doors at the bottom so that I can hide away a lot of those crafting supplies. Had I thought about this a long time ago when I first bought those Billy bookcases, and I want to say I bought those when I moved into the house in Texas, and that was way back in 2004. So IKEA has, that's where I got them from, is IKEA. IKEA has some very inexpensive storage solutions, and they last a long, long time. Because that's almost, that is 20 years ago that I actually bought those bookcases. And those bookcases traveled from Texas to Louisiana to multiple houses that I've lived in. And so they've held up really, really well. But back to the point I was going to make, had I thought about it when I originally bought those, I would have bought doors that go all the way from the top to the bottom so you couldn't see any of the shelving. And that way it would have been all hidden storage. It's nice to have some of the display space above, but it would have been nice too, and a little bit of a cleaner look to have that completely hidden. So I think if you're going to use that kind of storage in your living room or your bedroom, one thing to think about would be if you're going to have doors on there and whether or not you want to hide all of that. I think that really, I think it would have been a little bit better for me, but I do love those bookcases, and it works really well in my living room. So another way that you can store things out of your craft room is to use carts on wheels. So like the Raskog cart or the crafting carts from Michael's, or other carts that have wheels. If you have those, you can store those in different parts of your house, and then when you need to use the supplies on that cart, you can just wheel it into your craft room and have it available for your crafting. And then when you're not using that, you can get it out of your way and put it into another place in your house, be it another closet in a bedroom or just out in the open. I actually had some of my cutting machines. I have a Cricut, Silhouette, and also a Brother Scan and Cut. And at one time I had a rolling cart where I had those, and it was stored in my living room next to the Billy bookcases. I have since moved some things around, and I'm not storing it there anymore. But it is a really good way to have crafting supplies on wheels that you can store away somewhere and then bring it out when you want to use it. Okay, so there's lots of ways in different places in your house that you can store things. I think the most important thing though is knowing where things are and knowing how to find it. and keeping things kind of together. So like I said in the beginning, I have my jewelry making supplies in my front bedroom, in my guest room. And so I have everything that's associated to that in that one place. And so I know where to go find it if I want to do jewelry making. For the 𝗃𝗃 bookcases, most of what I have stored in those 𝗃𝗃 bookcases are either crafting magazines, class material, or things to use for card making. So I've kind of designated that storage as for card making, and also for any kind of books or training or classes or anything like that. Any kind of those things is stored in those bookcases. And so when I want to do card making, or I want to look through some of my scrapbooking magazines or things like that, I know exactly where to go to find that. I think most people out there, when you think about closets and even drawers, anything that's hidden storage, I think a lot of us have the temptation to just throw things in there and close the door, because you just want it to go away. So I kind of do that quite a bit, which is one of the reasons why I can't stay as organized as I like. Because if I see something that's out and I want to clean my space, sometimes I'll just throw it into a place and just to get it out of the way. So into a drawer, into the closet, shut the door, and then I'll have to see it and I'll have to look at it. But then later it's a problem, because when I go to look for those items, I can't find them because I don't remember where I put them, because I just shove them wherever they fit. So I think it's really important to have a home for everything that you have in your craft room, or anything that you have stored outside of your craft room. I think it's really good to create some kind of a reference or inventory so that you can keep track of those things, because you don't want to forget about them and forget to use them when you're crafting. So one of the things that I have been doing for quite some time is using reference guides. And if you're new to my channel, I have talked about these reference guides in quite a few other videos. The first reference guides I ever created were for paper pads. I have a lot of paper pads, and I have these two books. These are my reference guides. And it's really awesome to have these, because I can keep these really close to my workspace. And if I want paper and I want to use a paper pad, I can just flip through these and find the paper pad that I want to use. And then once I find the paper pad I want to use, I can just flip to the back of this paper pad, and I know exactly the location of where it's stored in my craft room. And the paper pads are not something that I flip through or look through. I look through this reference guide, I find the exact location, which in this case it's number 57 in my storage cubes, which are stored in the closet, and I can go and pull this paper pad out and I'd be able to create with it. And then when I'm finished using this paper pad, I can put it away. I know exactly where it goes in my craft room. And so the next time that I want to work with this paper pad, I can find it again. So it's really awesome. And I would really love to do this more for other things in my craft room. It does take time to create the reference guides. And I have a video on my YouTube channel where I shared a few tips on how to create the reference books. And I'll put links to the videos where I shared this originally in the description of this video. But I have the original one, which was on paper pads. And then I have a couple of small videos which talk about how to print out these, how to actually create the reference book. Okay, so some of the other reference books I have one on embossing folders, which I also keep these in the closets. And then I also have these three here are all my punches. Some of my punches are stored in the closet. Some of them are stored in some Alex drawers. I have these stored in different places just because I didn't have space to put them all in the closet. There's also some punches that I like to have closer by because I use them more often. So just because you have a category like punches, it doesn't mean that you have to store all of those in the same location. And using reference books like this is really helpful because you can actually put the location on the reference card of where you have that stored in your craft room. And so it's really awesome to have the reference guides that you can use to keep track of what you have stored in the closet or in another room or area in your home. Okay, so let me go ahead and take you guys into the closet and I'll share with you the different storage solutions that I have in there. I have been collecting storage items for a very long time. So some of these things are 10, 15, 20 years old. I think most of these products are available except maybe the cubes from Michaels. I think Michaels has some storage cubes, but they're different size. The ones that I have are 14 inches, so I don't think that they actually make those anymore. But I believe that most of the other things that I have in my craft room or in my craft room closet are still available. And I'll put links to all of these different storage products in the description below. So if you want to be able to find them, you can just click on the link. Okay, so here we are in my craft room, and this door right over here leads to the closet. I'm just going to open this up and we'll take a peek into the closet. Okay, so I just came into the closet and my two dogs followed me in here. This is Bella on the right and Lilybell on the left. You want to say hi, Miss Bella? Yeah? Okay, so now you got to be quiet so I can finish my video, okay? Can you be quiet? Okay, so on this back wall, we have some storage units here. And this wall is very narrow. It's really close to the edge of the door frame. So I decided to mount those two units to the wall. And this is the 𝐏𝐵𝐴 door. It's actually supposed to be mounted onto the back of a door. But it got damaged in my move from Texas to Louisiana. So I had to figure out a different way to use it. And so instead of mounting it onto the back of a door, I have it mounted directly onto the wall, which works out really well. And then next to that, I have this DVD bookcase that came from IKEA. And one of the nice things about these two storage solutions is that all the shelving on there is adjustable. So you can make the shelves, the height of the shelves, however you want them, so that you can fit your different items. And on the left side, I have a whole bunch of ribbon by color. And then above that, I have all of my Stampin' Up! Stamp pads. And those are up there because I don't really use them that often anymore. And I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with those. I used to have a different place in my old craft room. And I don't really have a place for them in this new craft room. So I'm still trying to figure that out. And then on the bookcase or the 𝐏𝐵𝐴 door unit on my right, that one I have a whole bunch of mixed media products, adhesives, tapes, glues, just different things like that. And then in the DVD bookcase from IKEA is a whole bunch of punches. So this is just a really awesome way to store the punches because you can really see all the punches and be able to just quickly find the one you want and just grab it. So it works out really well. And then hanging up over there on by the door is my ribbon storage. I have ribbon hang tags I used. I made them with my Cricut, and I just attached ribbon to those and then added it to that ring. That's a scarf ring. And I just have it hanging there in the closet. And I do have a Cricut file that you can use to create those ribbon hang tags. So if you go out to Cricut and search for Yes Please PaperCrafts over there, you'll find that project. You can also download the SVG and the, I think I have a silhouette cut file as well over in the Facebook group. So if you're interested in joining the organization Facebook group, it's called Organization with Yes Please PaperCrafts, and I have a link to join that Facebook group in the description below if you want to join. Okay, so that's all that is on that wall. And before I forget, let me just mention the dimensions of this closet. It's 5.5 feet wide by 13 feet long. Okay, so now we're back at the entrance of the closet, and over here, if we turn this way, I have these half cubes from Michaels, and I don't think they sell these anymore, but they used to have these, and it had like the pencil holder and then 2 drawers, and I repurposed it, and I took the pen and pencil things out. I'll show you a picture of what those look like here, and I just use this as a place to store all of my different tools. So we have a bow maker, the punch boards, all the different punch boards and different things like that. I have my ink machine, and then there at the bottom is my Spellbinders Glimmers machine. And then stored in these drawers are all of the different foiling products that I have. So you can see there. And then I do have the 𝗃𝐵𝐺𝐻𝐿, which uses wire. So in this organizer up here, I have these 3 little drawers, and in the drawers there are different colored wires that you can use with the 𝗃𝐵𝐺𝐻𝐿. So I have that stored in there. You get that one to come out. And then above here in this part of this organizer, I have some template rulers and things like that, and then some other tools. A Fiskars punch guide for border punches, and then a circle cutting tool, and a tassel maker, just things like that. So all different types of tools. So this is kind of like a tool tower, and I thought it fit really well there, and it is narrow. I think it's half the size of the Michaels cubes. I think it's 7.5 inches deep. So I think it's really perfect to store things like this. Okay, so let's swing over this way. This is the view as you walk into the closet. And I have a 𝐾𝐿X unit here. It's a 2x4 𝐾𝐿X unit that's on its side. And on the top part of it is all of the drawer inserts that come from IKEA. And then at the bottom are these Lookman bins. And so let me go ahead and show y'all what I have in here. I don't think I'm going to go through all these drawers because I think a lot of them are empty. But here I have some different sprays. These are Glimmer Mist from Tattered Angels. And let's see, down here we have more Glimmer Mist and different things like that. I have some Shimmers products, and I don't know, I was really big into mixed media and all of these sprays, but I haven't really been using them much. But I really do want to get back into doing more mixed media projects. And this is not actually installed right. I did move some stuff around, so right now it's not attached to the 𝐾𝐿X unit, which is why the drawers are moving around. And then here we have more sprays, different things. And then I have some different mixed media products in there. So just a whole bunch of different things. And these are mixed media products that I just don't have space to store close by. So I have them all here in my closet. So this is embossing powders. And then down here we have buttons. These are buttons sorted by color. And one of the things I really love about these drawers is that it fits these containers perfectly. These are from the Dollar Tree, and this is the fridge bins from the Dollar Tree, and they're really awesome. So I couldn't really find them in my Dollar Tree, so I went ahead and ordered a case. I think you can get like 24 in a case, and you can get it online at dollartree.com. Because they fit really well, not only in these drawer units, but also in other places in my craft room. Okay, sitting on top of that 𝐾𝐿X unit, I have these 3 bins that I picked up from Amazon. They're from Akron, and they're industrial bins that I think are supposed to be for the garage. And they come in all different colors, but I thought about using them to create a flip bin using my Totally Tiffany scrap rack pages. And so I'm in the process of trying to figure out if that's going to work or not. And right now I just have these Totally Tiffany spinders just resting inside the bin. Eventually I want to try to figure out if I can actually attach that to the bottom of the bin and see if I can get that to work as flip storage, and instead of using the scrap rack. Okay, so at the top of my closet are some wire shelving. This is the 𝗃𝐵𝐻 shelving from the Container Store, and I love it so much because it's adjustable and you can move the shelves around. And not too long ago, I moved the shelves around to fit more of these plastic storage bins. The Iris scrapbooking case, a big one right there. I wanted to be able to fit that onto the second shelf. I also wanted to give more room to these flip bins. So I moved the shelves around, and I haven't really reorganized this yet. And so it's kind of a mess, but what I have stored here are different containers. These are containers from Iris as well. They're the small project cases. And I have things like glitter, Nevo crystal drops, and sequins and different things like that. I don't have labels on all of this yet, but eventually I would like to do that. Then on the top shelf are things that I don't use as much. I have a bunch of my older pictures over there in the corner, and then that basket, the woven basket, has different things that people have gifted me that I would like to display in my craft room, and I haven't had a chance to put out yet. And then up at the top of the closet there is stuff that I still need to go through. At the very top of the closet in those iris scrapbooking cases, I have all of my finished scrapbooking layouts that haven't been put into albums. Okay, so this is the view looking into the closet. That's the back wall down there at the end. Here is the tool tower that I talked about, and then over here are the flip bins. And so I have a whole bunch of the Michaels storage cubes down here at the bottom of the closet. And they don't sell these anymore. They have a different size. I think the ones that I bought were 14 inches. And they come with all different types of inserts. So some of them have drawers. Some of them were completely empty. And so over here there are more of the Michaels cubes. So down here at the bottom is all of my 12 by 12 paper pads, and this was all of the things that I have in that reference guide that I shared with you at the beginning of the video. And above that I have all of these drawer units, and I just have things like adhesives and foam tape and just different things like that. I think in the drawer with the knobs I have some Project Life cards. Down there at the end I have all of my finished cards, and anytime I have to give a gift or have an occasion, I'll go down there and look through my cards so that I can give those to people. Okay, so on top of these Michaels cubes, I have all of my smaller paper pads like the 6x6 and 6x8. Some larger stamps here in this bin. So all of this is smaller paper pads, and up here as well. And then on the shelf up here, I just have some larger items that wouldn't fit into the 𝐏𝐵𝐴dor unit over there by the door. And then I have my close to my heart stamps in these bins right here. And then on the top of this shelf, I have some sticker makers machines, some binding machines, just different things that I don't use as frequently, but are still visible to where I can see where they are and know where they are to come get them out of the closet. Okay, so next to where I have the paper pads are these embossing folders. I have 4 bins of embossing folders here, and then another one right there. And then in this bin right here, I will have a bunch of Project Life kits. And then above this, I have some washi tape by season, and then just some miscellaneous crafting supplies. And then up here, some glitter, silicone molds, just different products like that. Okay, so next to where I have all of these cubes is this shelving unit. This is a closet-made shelving unit. You can put it onto the back of a door, but I have it mounted onto the wall. And this is where I have all of my paper flowers. And then swinging over to this unit, this is actually a Billy bookcase. It's a small one. And I have these drawers that came out of one of the Michaels cubes. And in the drawers, I have all of my Stampin' Up! Stamps. So that's what I have stored in these. Above where I have the Stampin' Up! Stamps stored, I have the wood stamps. I don't have very many wood stamps. And then on top there, I have some rolling stamps. Okay, so next to the stamps, I have a Totally Tiffany cart that has my Gemini on it. And then in these bottom 2 drawers, I have all of the twine here stored there, like that. So above where I have this cart, I have more wire shelving. And I have like my laminating machine, some embellishments that I still need to go through. Then there are some large paper pads and Cricut mats. And some more like artist pads, watercolor pads, some foam, and then a whole bunch of Christmas stuff. Up there at the top 2 shelves, I have all of my Christmas scrapbooking and crafting. Okay, so if we swing around this way, I have some drawer units over here that I have laminating pouches in and other things. And then above that, I have that plastic drawer unit that has plastic bags in it. And then over here, all of this stuff here, I have to go through and try to figure out what I'm going to do to organize this. This is some older paper that I have here. This is paper from Hobby Lobby that I bought in bulk because it's so awesome for doing print and cut. If y'all are looking for a really good inexpensive paper to use with the printer to use print and cut, this paper from the Paper Studio, it's 100 sheets, and I think the pricing on it's changed, but a lot of time they put this on sale for 40 or 50% off. And so when it was on sale one time, I bought a whole bunch of it. And then just some things here. This is some of the newer items that I have brought into my craft room in this bin right here. This bin came from the Container Store. And I just have a whole bunch of new products there that I have to go through. Above this, I have more wire shelving. And over there on the end, I have all of my photos and memories and just different things like that in those 2 plastic boxes. And then over here, I have 12 by 12 scrapbooking paper, chipboard. And then here's all the paper by type. So we have things like embossed paper, foiled paper, vellum, foil. So I just have all of this actually separated out like that. And then I have some more stuff down here that I need to go through and try to figure out what I'm going to do with. So I used to buy a lot of things on sale, and I quit doing that because it was such a good deal and it was so cool. A lot, you love, getting the really pretty paper, things like foil paper, glimmer paper, transparencies, all kinds of stuff. And then kind of forget about what you have, especially when you get too much. So I really quit buying a lot of stuff. In fact, what I have in this bin, only half of what I have in this bin was things that I purchased over the last 1.5 years since I moved into this house. I haven't purchased very much. I do have a Simple Stories warehouse box that I haven't opened yet that I want to do a video on. But other than that, this is all the new stuff that I have purchased. And in the back here is all things I got as a gift for my birthday or Christmas. So this is pretty much most of what I have brought into my craft room in the last 1.5 years. So I haven't even been shopping on the Black Friday sales. And you can see I have a lot of crafting supplies that's been accumulated. I think I've been crafting now for over 30 years. And especially in the since I've retired, I had brought in way too much stuff into my craft room. Okay, so this is a view looking from the back of the closet. And this stuff up here is, I think I took an Anna Griffin class a couple years ago, so I have those 2 boxes there. And then we have a whole bunch more junk and stuff like that here. And then some older things up there at the top. I used to have an eBay store, and I sold stuff on eBay, so I still have some stuff I need to go through and get rid of. Okay, so I think I'll share with you pretty much everything that's in this closet, including my 2 puppies there. And one of the things I have to say that is the most awesome thing is this 𝗃𝗃 shelving from the Container Store. You probably could not do what I'm doing here with the shelving that they sell at Home Depot or Lowe's, because those shelves bowed when I tried to use them. But the Container Store, the shelving there is super sturdy. It is quite expensive, but it is an investment that you can keep forever. And I have actually moved the shelving from every house that I've lived in. So if you do invest in this and you're concerned about when you move away, what I did was I just took all of my 𝗃𝗃 shelving out of the house and I put in the cheaper closet-made shelving to replace it. And then I just moved this all with me to my new house. Okay, you guys, well, I guess that's all we have for this video. You want to say goodbye, Miss Bella? No? Okay, so please go and check out everyone else's videos that is participating in this YouTube hop. And I'll have links to their videos in the description below, so y'all can get more ideas for how you can store things outside of your craft room. And then hopefully y'all join us next time, and we'll talk more about more organization for your craft room. Okay, that's all I have, guys. Hope y'all have an awesome weekend, and I hope to see you next time. Bye now. You gonna say bye? Woof. 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 No? You're not gonna talk? You don't want to talk to the people? No? Okay, you sound mad. Because I'm not taking videos of you anymore? I know. I'm bad. Mama's a bad girl. Okay, I'll have to try harder. You're super cute. You need to be on YouTube, huh? Right. Okay, tell everybody bye. You were definitely not cooperating with me today. Okay, bye guys. Y'all have fun. Okay, bye guys. We'll see you next time.